to 11 with Micah Parsons, and he's ready to turn them dollars up on a new deal. It's time for the Fowler Files. Jeremy Fowler, fresh off of dominating the paint at a local pickup, ready to do his day job as NFL insider here. Jeremy, what are you hearing about how TJ Watt's new deal, mega deal with the Steelers, might be impacting what Parsons and his agents are trying to do with the Cowboys?
Yeah, Tyler, Watt's deal is just a baseline here for Parsons, who I expect to surpass all the pass rushers because he's only 26 years old and he's got the best 4-year start to an NFL career as a rusher since Reggie White. So he's in a prime position here to cash in a big way. The Cowboys are dedicated to doing something with Parsons. They have slow played it a bit. We've seen this in the past with Dallas. Could be similar to CeeDee Lamb, who got his deal last year in about late August or so. I think the frustration from Parsons' side is more like, hey, we could do something special here as a team. I want to get going, get this deal done and pass. But he knows the game. He knows it's going to take a little bit of time here.
All right, Parsons not the only big name looking for a new contract. What can you tell us about some other players in that position, starting with Cincinnati's Trey Hendrickson?
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson, this situation is a bit sticky because we got training camp coming up. He would love to have a new deal, not only a new deal, but a long-term commitment. The sides have been talking over the summer, which is a good sign, but they haven't made major progress to the point where this situation is imminent. And so Hendrickson just wants a deal commensurate with his skill set as one of the top pass rushers. He doesn't necessarily need to be the highest paid, but he needs something that's a higher uptick than where he's at for sure. So we'll see if Cincinnati can bridge the gap. See Aiden Hutchinson here. I'm going to throw his name in the hat with these pass rushers making serious coin. He's only 3 years into his rookie contract, has 2 years left. But he will be in that group. He's going to get a major deal at some point. Maybe it's mid-season. Maybe it's even after the year. But he will cash in. He's considered in that elite group already, even though he had that bad injury last year. He's coming back from it. Let's pivot to receiver, Terry McLaurin. So he's frustrated. You heard him this week talking about how there's no deal. He would like progress being made. There hasn't been. I'm told that's only scratching the surface of the issue here because the wide receiver market has jumped into that $30 million range. My sense is McLaurin feels Washington hasn't really been willing to acknowledge that. So if they're not, it's almost like he's taking a pay decrease because he's a year from free agency. So something's going to have to give here. Cooler heads should prevail. They want McLaurin there. They're not trading McLaurin. That was made clear to me from a source with the team.
All right, McLaurin in the final year of a $68 million extension he signed back in
Get up. And many rookies have already reported to training camp. So let's do something we're calling the Rookie Report. Harry, Kevin, D. Wood, and Neek with me. Damian Woody, who is your most intriguing rookie quarterback entering camps this year?
It's Shedeur Sanders for me. I think this Cleveland quarterback situation is the most intriguing situation heading into training camp. You got 4 guys vying for the starting quarterback job. And listen, if you're the Cleveland Browns, you have 2 first-round picks in 2026. You got 2 rookie quarterbacks in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Who's going to emerge from those 2 in order to possibly have a chance to start for the Cleveland Browns in 2025?
We've been talking about Shedeur since before the draft. Kevin, what scenario for you is it where the Browns say, yes, Shedeur Sanders, you are our starter?
The number one thing any Cleveland Browns quarterback should do and has done who wanted to start is just wait. The quarterbacks in front of you will fail or cycle out, age out, whatever you want to call it. You have Joe Flacco there, who shouldn't be that hard to beat over the course of a season. You have Dylan Gabriel, who's a third-round pick, who I don't think is particularly good. You might be able to beat him out in training camp if you do the work, look good in practice, drive the speed limit, which is important. That's job one for Shedeur Sanders after he got in trouble a couple weeks ago. But if I'm him, I just keep my head down, do my job, wait for November, December. You will get your opportunity. That is the history of Cleveland Browns starting quarterback.
Nick, what are your thoughts on Shedeur?
Yeah, no, I think the opportunity is going to be there. I don't think it's as easy as Kevin thinks to beat out Joe Flacco immediately. I think that particularly in that place, they're looking forward to a chance to get behind a quarterback that's going to take some shots downfield and make some big plays. But I do think that for all the rookie quarterbacks, particularly ones with big names like Shedeur Sanders and with a resume of some college success, he's going to get a chance. Like, they're not going to go through this season and never put him in the game because it's likely that they're going to be in position to draft another quarterback next year. We all know it's the most important position. And Kevin's right. He needs to be ready for his opportunity because he's going to get it, because the Browns are going to want to know before this season is over, do they have their quarterback of the future in the building? Because they might be in the draft next year, high again next year, drafting someone else.
Really well said. Harry, it might not be if, it might just be when. Give me a date, a time in the schedule where you think you could see Shedeur Sanders start.
Yeah, I'm going to go Game 7 versus the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
And they have a 3-game stretch where they play the Dolphins, they play the Patriots, and then also they play, I'm trying to remember, the New York Jets. So 3 games in a row, I think Shedeur Sanders can be able to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns moving forward. But you can't go this entire season and not play Shedeur Sanders nor Dylan Gabriel, knowing that you have 2 first-round draft picks in 2026. That'd be, I would say, organizational malpractice.
He's a 5th-round pick. It's not like they took him in the 1st round.
I don't care where they took him. Like, you got to see what he can do for your organization.
Fair enough. Kevin Clark, fantasy drafts are right around the corner. While these training camps are all there, give us a rookie running back that you're keeping your eye on.
There's a bunch of big names out there, and I think America's waiting for me to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say R.J. Harvey. Let's do R.J. Harvey. Stat time. America is crying out for it. 55 runs of 10 or more yards for Ashton Genty last year. Special, right? Probably dominated, right? Nobody even close. Wrong. R.J. Harvey had 54, 69 forced missed tackles, top 10 in the country in Power 4. R.J. Harvey special. He goes to Denver. Sean Payton's going to know how to utilize him. They need a weapon to emerge. R.J. Harvey is going to matter in January on a stacked Broncos team.
I love it. Harry, you played on a lot of great Falcons teams. The Saints were the rivals. Sean Payton was the head coach of those teams. How does Sean Payton use his running backs, and why does R.J. Harvey fit so well?
So he loves to do it by committee, and I can't help but think about the days when they had Pierre Thomas. You also had Mark Ingram and Darren Sproles all in the running back room together, and Sean Payton utilized all those guys to the best of their abilities in their skill set. He never exploited their weaknesses, and I just love Sean Payton making this draft pick because I thought this was a glaring need for the Denver Broncos in 2025, along with the tight end position. But R.J. Harvey is a guy that's low center of gravity. He can hide behind offensive linemen, and he's not just a guy that you can hand the football to, but you can also get the football to in the pass game. So you can utilize him in multiple ways, and I love what he brings to the table for the Denver Broncos for 2025.
I challenge you folks to find another show talking R.J. Harvey in the second conversation of the morning. That's what we do. Let's get back to the NFC, though. Neek, give us a wide receiver that you're keeping your eye on that is a first-year player.
Yeah, I like Luther Burden III, who I think going to the Bears, a situation, he had a season, 1,000-yard season 2 years ago, and he had a little bit of a down year, which I think is part of the reason why he slid. But I think in the Ben Johnson system, a player like this who's explosive and can make plays after the catch is going to be someone that they're going to look forward to getting him the ball early and letting him make big plays. I'm really excited to see how they use him in their offense because it all boils down to the talent of the player, the talent of the quarterback, and the talent of the play designer, and I think all those things match up pretty well in Chicago with Luther Burden.
Neek, we've been talking all week here about the other 3 teams in the NFC North. What's the ceiling for the Chicago Bears in that division this year?
Yeah, I think the Bears are going to win the division. I know I'm alone on this island.
I like it. I like it.